Welcome back to the channel, guys. I've had a lot of requests for this one. This is VIN0915. This is a 2016 3R1, which is Matador Red Mica with LA20 black interior. 98,000 miles, we'll just call it 100,000 miles, for $52,000 in Georgia. It is modified, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. First and foremost, production statistics. 106 out of the 2,347 cars were Matador Red Mica for the US 49, everywhere except Hawaii. Of those 106, 89 had LA20 black interior. That's only 3.79% of all US 49 production, and that's like an 8 out of 10 for rarity. For 2016 specifically, there's only 73 out of the 1,417 cars. 57 of those had LA20 black interior. So this car is rare because of the color. That's why it is still one of 57 that exist in this combo, but it is a rare car because of the color. Carfax, Epic VIN, and AutoCheck. Carfax shows this as a 4-owner, no accident car, so no issues there. Epic VIN shows this as a 3-owner, no accident car. And AutoCheck shows this as a 4-owner, no accident car. So I think it is safe to assume this is a 4-owner, no accident car. Previous sales. So this car was first on sale in February of 2016 in South Carolina for $88,000, and it was not sold until January of 2017. So 11 months that it was set for sale. Very typical for these cars. People did not like these at $90,000. They liked them at $70,000, $75,000, and so a lot of times dealers had to discount them $15,000, even $20,000 to get them sold to their first owner. So that's probably what went on here. October of 2017, $62,000 with 16,000 miles in North Carolina, certified pre-owned, sold a month later to a buyer in Tennessee. August of 2022, $47,000, 85,000 miles in North Carolina, and it sold in September 2022, 1 month later to a buyer in South Carolina. And then a private sale sometime around September 2023 where this current owner acquired it, and he is in Georgia, and it's now for sale in January of 2026 with 98,000 miles for $52,000. So $5,000 more than what he paid for it, but it also has a lot of mods and looks like he added about 15,000 miles to it. So now onto the photos. It obviously has several mods. It has long tube American Racing headers. So something to keep in mind on that is if you live in a county or a state that has emissions, you're probably not going to be able to pass emissions testing unless you put the factory manifolds back on, which are included with this car, by the way. But that's just something to note. It has some very expensive set of raised wheels. So those are high quality, high dollar wheels, and several other tasteful mods. The list, I'll put the list of the mods right here, but he shared them on the original post. The carbon fiber is delaminating on the passenger front dash panel, so I would look at the others as well. But otherwise, this car really looks fantastic. You can tell that the paint looks in great shape. The touch points on the interior, for having almost 100,000 miles, the car looks fantastic. And so I really don't see anything other than that carbon fiber piece to address. And of course, that's the one where you have to pull the radio out, you have to pull the glove box out just to get to that piece. So it's a pain to replace, but you can send it off to SMA Fabrication in Florida. He'll refinish it for a couple $100 instead of having to pay like $1,400 for the new piece. And I guess with the paint looking so good, the owner does state that the car's actually had a paint correction and ceramic coating in the last year or two, so that kind of matches up with why it looks so great. So now onto the price. If this car was stock with 100,000 miles, this car should probably be in the area of like $42,000, maybe like $45,000 at most for the mileage. However, it does have many thousands of dollars worth of mods and carbon fiber bits, and so you have to adjust accordingly. That's not really my wheelhouse for the modifications as far as how much value it adds. Some people say it adds no value. Some people you add 50% of the cost of the mod with no labor, things like that. The owner of this car, he owns a performance shop, so obviously he was probably able to do this himself, save money on the labor, but that doesn't negate the fact that this car has several $1,000s worth of mods. Headers, wheels, suspension, it seems like it was done properly too. It has the adjustable links. So I would say it's quality, but you have to determine what that's worth to you. Is that worth the price premium? You know, if this car was $42,000. He's asking $52,000. Are the mods worth $10,000? I guess that's what I would look at. To me, I feel like the car is slightly overpriced, but I think there is a buyer for it. It is a rare color. It's a desirable combination. It's Southern driven car, so it's not rusty underneath, and it has high quality mods. So to me, you know, it's kind of hard to say, but you know, $48.50 maybe. It comes with all the stock parts except for the wheels too. So, you know, even if you wanted to return it to stock, you'd have to go find a set of wheels. So used set of those wheels are like $3,500, $4,000. Pretty expensive for a set of wheels, but you know, something to keep in mind. So now into the service history. This car's pretty well dealer serviced until it got to the current owner, obviously because he owns his own shop and he can address it there DIY. The first entry of note is October of 2017, 16,000 miles certified pre-owned prep. July of 2018, 27,000 miles, the JLB recall was done. That's the high pressure fuel pumps. December of 2019, 51,000 miles, the low pressure fuel pump was reprogrammed, or they tried to, and they said they couldn't get it to work. So I've seen that on a couple others, but it's not common to see. And then it looks like a month later, at 52,000 miles, they finally got it to update. So I don't know what they did differently, but it has the low pressure fuel pump reprogrammed. February of 2021, 65,000 miles, the 60,000 mile service, but it doesn't say whether or not the spark plugs were done. Some dealers do it, some don't when it's included with the 60,000, but the official 60,000 mile service on these cars includes brake fluid flush and spark plugs. Further in-depth inspection, but it doesn't say whether or not it's done. May of 2021, it was noted at 70,000 miles, it has inner front tire wear. What do we know from watching these videos? Inner front tire wear is generally indicative of the front lower control arm bushings being worn. They're also soft to start with, but that causes inner front tire wear. May of 2022, 84,000 miles, which is the last service at the Lexus dealer, the 80,000 mile service. Basically an oil change, look at things, and that's about it. So what's not done? The KLG customer service campaign, that is the GPS location where, like, if you're on the main road, it shows you off to the side road, something like that. There is a reprogram available for it. The car is outside of the coverage, so if you want that done, you would still have to pay an hour of labor to get it done. The front lower control arm bushings, if they have not been upgraded or replaced, that's something I would look at doing. HVAC servo sweep. So make sure this car is fully warmed up if you go test drive it. Set one side to max hot, one side to max cold, cycle through everything, and make sure everything responds. Switch sides, and if anything stays cold or stays hot, then you can get the HVAC servo sweep done at the dealer for about an hour of labor. If that doesn't fix the problem, I would say like 75% of them, that generally fixes the problem. But if it doesn't, then you may have to replace some of the servos, and some of those servos require the dash to be removed. The ZLZ has not been done on this car. That is the sticky, deformed, delaminating, or cracked dash. And Lexus will cover that free of charge, 10 years, and unlimited mileage from the in-service date. The in-service date on this car is April 4th, 2016. So you have until April 4th, 2026. So you only have about 3 months left to get that covered if that is the case. So this car's been in Georgia, it's been in a warm climate. So, you know, if you're gonna go look at this car, just kind of press on the dash, see if it feels sticky at all compared to the door panels. It's the same surface, but the dash gets sticky, the door panels don't. So if you feel it sticky, take it to Lexus, see if they will cover it for you free of charge. Spark plugs, we don't know if that was really done at the 60,000 mile service or not. So spark plugs would need to be done if they haven't been done. The valley plate, the current owner says that the valley plate has been inspected and is not currently leaking. However, it has not been done. So put money aside to have that done in the future. And it's time and heat cycles. It's not necessarily mileage. I've seen cars with 30,000 miles need it. I've seen cars with 180,000 miles before they finally need it. So this car having 100,000 miles, you know, it's somewhere in between that, but it is age and heat cycles. This car's 10 years old and it's had lots of heat cycles. Carbon fiber trim. It's delaminating on that one piece, but it could be delaminating on the others. None of it has been replaced at the dealer or any of it replaced under warranty. So expect going forward, if you're gonna take this car to a colder climate, that you may have issues with the carbon fiber. The owner does say it's had recent new brakes all around. It's had the transmission and the TVD service done. So basically all the fluids have been done. It's lowered, so expect inner tire wear unless he has the adjustable suspension links. And I don't see that on the mod list, but that would be something to keep in mind. If you're either gonna put this car back to stock height and not have to worry about tire wear with front lower control arm bushings replaced, or get adjustable links if it doesn't already have it. So finally, would I buy this car? I think if the price were lower. It feels to me at $52,000, even with the mods, it feels a little high. I would probably put it closer to like 48, and if it was stock, 42 with the mileage. These cars get mileage sensitive once they get above about 60 or 70,000 miles as far as the price goes. So I would say there is a buyer for this car, but it feels to me like this car is a little bit high. So anyway, that's what I've got for you guys. VIN 0915, VIN 915. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.